The series of news that I'm just about to share with you are really shocking. And guys, I didn't feel so well today, but I just had to make this update video because what I'm seeing is completely unbelievable. So make sure to stay tuned until the end, destroy the like button and subscribe to become a crypto kid because what I'm about to share to you is going to cause Bitcoin to pump. Not tomorrow, not the day after, but in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, Bitcoin is going to explode tremendously to the upside. Even if we see a small dip to the 80s, I just need I need you to understand that you need to be accumulating Bitcoin as much as possible, altcoins as much as possible, and you're not going to regret it. And by the way, we do still have the wonderful campaign with weeks. If you sign up 2 weeks using the link down in the description below, by just signing up and binding your phone number, the process takes around 30 seconds. You get a completely free 100 USDT position which will arrive in your account after you do those steps 48 hours later. So make sure to go to the link down in the description below and start accumulating some Bitcoin and altcoins for completely free. With that said, let's get straight into the news. The first one is that Abu Dhabi Sovereign Wealth Fund, Mubadala, just announced publicly that they have bought $436 million worth of Bitcoin ETFs in Q1 of 2025. Now, I need to tell you, I did talk about this on the Moon Show, and I believe I mentioned it on a interview with David Bailey himself from the Bitcoin conference in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi has, or the UAE has, a lot more Bitcoin, in my understanding, than they have publicly announced with this $436 million investment. So this is just from the publicly stated 13F filing records, but I personally believe and also it's supported by various sources that I know who are incredibly trustable, that the UAE does have much more exposure to Bitcoin than what we've seen already. And look, even if this is the only exposure, it is huge, right? And it puts a lot of pressure behind the US's back and specifically Trump's back to make sure they do the Bitcoin reserve as fast as possible before other countries front run him. And when that gets priced in, then of course he doesn't want to be late into the cycle, right? We know that the strategic Bitcoin reserve is potentially 6 months away in June. And by June, Bitcoin could be at 150, nearing its euphoric all-time high peak of 2025. And then he ends up buying the top, looking like not so much of a smart investor. So he has to do it as soon as possible. And I think he will, because we just got announced that Trump Media, so his own media company, ticker symbol DJT, announced that they're going to be buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a strategic reserve. And my interpretation is that that is a front running of him buying Bitcoin himself before he does it as an entire country. Um, and, if that's ethical or not, you decide. But I think it's good because, well, he's doing it. So obviously he believes in it. World Liberty Financial is buying still millions and millions of dollars worth of Ethereum, worth of altcoins. So they know something that you clearly don't, and we clearly don't. And what I'm trying to tell you is everything is so bullish, specifically from a fundamental perspective. And no, if you're going to tell me in the comments, okay, everything was also bullish in 2021, I want you to check out something called the Power Law Volatility Index. And I will share that with you on tomorrow's Moonshow Live because I'm going to do it tomorrow. I will show you on the chart why the consolidation we're seeing right now has nothing to do with what we saw in 2021. In fact, it is completely the opposite. And what I'm seeing is just a squeeze in price, right, to create some sort of a consolidation. And then we will continue higher. But you need to wait until tomorrow's Moon Show or CryptoKid updates if you want to find out exactly why this is a consolidation, waiting for a breakout rather than a pattern that will take us to $65,000, $70,000. So that I can tell you very much, right? And moving on, we still have more insane news. You can see that the third and 14th largest banks in the US are launching Bitcoin custody products. This is State Street and Citibank. Obviously, this is coming from regulatory approval and clarity from the Fed, from the Congress, that debanking for financial institutions that have crypto services should not be the case. So a lot of these big guys are now less scared to be offering crypto to their clients, and that's going to increase the amount of adoption, the amount of revenue generated, so on, so on. I'm going to get into the broccoli CZ news in just a second, but I want to cover all the US stuff first. So apart from, massive institutions allowing crypto products to be sold to their clients, you're also seeing individual states introducing Bitcoin legislation like there is no tomorrow. we just got the 23rd state introducing a Bitcoin reserve legislation. Again, none of these have been signed off, none of them have been actually enacted, but some are getting to the final stages of creating the Bitcoin reserve, which is unbelievable because we're going to see likely a lot of individual state reserves before the whole country of the US launches a reserve themselves. And this was pretty insane too. Texas governor tweeted about Bitcoin reserve as a formal hearing date set. That like, oh my God, right? So that's a confirmation of what I just said. There's going to be individual states that will be buying Bitcoin before the entirety of the US decides to buy Bitcoin. The state of Wisconsin's investment board also disclosed another $321 million worth of Bitcoin ETF holdings, and billionaire investor Paul Tudor Jones disclosed $426 million worth of BlackRock's ETF, and Millennium Management disclosed $2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin ETFs and 182 million in Ethereum ETF holdings. This goes to show you not only Bitcoin is in demand, but obviously Ethereum too. As I said, Royal Liberty Financial buying Ethereum like there's no tomorrow. A lot of institutions accumulating the Ethereum ETFs. This is an incredible opportunity to buy Ethereum. Forget your emotions, forget everything, and try to accumulate as much as possible. And guys, if you want to do that, links are down in the description below with weeks. You get a completely free 100 USDT position by basically doing nothing. All you need to do is create your account, bind your phone number, and wait 2 days, which is convenient because over the weekend there will be likely no volatility, so you won't be missing out on anything. And the final news is, well, CZ posted about his dog Broccoli, and there's been a lot of broccoli memes being created. Okay, so this is, by the way, CZ's reply. This report is just from one sovereign wealth fund, Mubaddal in Abu Dhabi. There are few other sovereign wealth funds in AD. So CZ himself lives in Abu Dhabi. I've not seen this tweet before, so it's pretty cool that I came onto it, but he's basically confirming, and CZ knows a lot of people in Abu Dhabi, that I can tell you. He's basically confirming that only one of the sovereign wealth funds are have disclosed that they've bought 400 plus million. There are so many others, according to what he's saying, that have also bought but have not disclosed yet. And if you go to, just very quickly, and sorry for skipping the broccoli stuff, but I just want to double check this. So if you go to the amount of Bitcoin that the US government currently holds, which I'm hearing that they're even selling at the moment. Yeah, I know that's a pretty crazy news that I'll get into more tomorrow. But you can see they have 198,000 Bitcoins, which is worth $19 billion. So I don't think the UAE has $19 billion worth of Bitcoin yet, but they are getting close. That is that is what I think is happening. Is that a Hive mapper? Oh no, that's the never mind. Never mind. So the final thing is CZ with the broccoli meme, he posted the whole story of his dog, which funnily enough, my friend actually gifted him that dog. So here he talks about how his friend in Dubai who has a zoo gifted him the dog, broccoli. I don't want to show off, but he's also my friend. So yeah, that's basically become like a huge meme, and there's so many memes created about broccoli. And the reason why CZ is doing this again from a very credible source is to just boost the activity on BNB and try and generate some revenue and try and generate some transaction commissions. The price of BNB is really not doing too much, sadly. Not like it's not seeing the same reaction as Solana, which sucks because people had to buy Solana to buy obviously Solana meme coins, but it's just that, the BNB meme ecosystem is growing, but it's not at the pace that Solana was obviously growing at. And PancakeSwap went all the way to $3.4. Now it's back down to 2.5. You can see here on Tuesday though. So I think the BNB memes became a hot topic like 3-4 days ago. It's not like just happening yesterday. So Cake was at $1.38. That's the leading DEX on Binance. So it already went up, right? So if you go from the bottom here, it already went up 81% in just a matter of 3 days. So yeah, maybe we missed out on that one. Cake is very good. I really like Cake. I think it's a great platform, great everything. But we may have missed out on the short-term gains with the whole CZ hype and everything. So I would just be careful with that one. I know I said I'm thinking of buying it, but now that I look at this chart, potentially missed out on that opportunity. Although, if you think that BNB memes are going to grow in the future because BNB chain, they're giving away rewards and they're going to continue building. So maybe it does grow in the future. And when altcoin season hits, when Trump, well, he's been saying that they're going to reduce rates. So when rates go down and when you go into a recession and the money printer goes on, eventually at some point in this year, every single altcoin is going to boom. If you think that altcoins are not going to go up this year, you've not been in crypto enough and you don't, sorry to say, but you don't understand economic cycles. The only reason why altcoins are not going up is because the average Joe doesn't have money. And altcoins go up because of the average Joe. Although now we're going to get institutions being able to buy these altcoins like XRP, like Dogecoin, Litecoin, Solana. That's why those four altcoins, definitely a great buy in my opinion. But the rest of the altcoins that don't have institutional capital available to purchase, that can just cause the price to go up, like what Bitcoin did, fully through institutional capital, the other altcoins need retail to have money. And retail will have money once the money printer goes on. So until there is economic stimuli and the average Joe has money in his pocket, currently the average Joe is suffering from inflation and his savings are at an all-time low. So he goes to gamble and try to make a lot of money with little money through meme coins. So until that happens, until we get the quantitative easing and the money printer going up, don't expect an altcoin season. But this gives you a lot of time until that happens to continue to accumulate. The only mistake you will make is not accumulating. So don't make that mistake. Try and buy as much as possible. And with that said, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Today's been fantastic. And tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream on the Moon Show, hopefully with Carl breaking down these topics in more detail. So guys and girls, have a great day, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Take care, guys, and as always, bye-bye.